Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Find Me in a Book.
Welcome.
Welcome back. We need to come up with an intro or something that we say.
Yeah, we should do that right now as we're
Right
talking
now.
to him.
I think.
Let's do it right now.
Hey, people are nosy. They want to be involved. Well, I'm glad that you're back. I'm glad that the past 2 weeks haven't scared you away. Because what did we talk about? What was the first week?
Monster porn.
No, last week was monster porn. So I guess, like, if you're still here after that, then I'm very glad you're still here.
I don't know if you know this, but I live with you, and I have nowhere else to go.
Okay, well, today we are going to talk about the third era that I went through during holiday. I'm telling you, there was multiple eras that 30 days.
And you went to the Taylor Swift Eras concert.
And I did go to the Taylor Swift Eras concert in December.
All right, we don't need to plug her anymore. She's a billionaire. She
know.
doesn't need any help from us.
I know. But before we get into that, JR, have I been sleep talking this week?
No.
Which is crazy,
Yeah,
right?
because normally you wake up in the middle of the night gasping, and I am terrified.
How often do you say I do that?
The first years of our marriage, like every other night. Every other night, you're like waking up, gasping, like
Don't
I
I
will
get
step out of
angry?
bed. Yeah, you get really angry.
Really?
You get so mad for nothing.
This week, I started taking the sleep portion of Magic Mind. So at first I only had the performance shot, which have I been coming home saying that I've been doing great things at work?
Mm-hmm.
I have, literally because of this. The sleep one got to me last week, and I was like, hey, I don't want to garden every night, so I'm going to try one of these. I didn't sleep talk.
You don't want to garden every night?
Jared, what does gardening mean to you?
Planting.
What's a plant that we take?
Oh.
That's the term that people use.
Okay. All right. Gen Z lingo. I had no idea that's
I'm trying
what
to stay
gardening
hip,
meant.
y'all. I'm trying to
Okay.
stay hip.
I get it. I was like, you don't garden? What are you talking about? All right.
do.
I get it.
Okay.
Instead of gardening every night, though, this is a better option.
It
what
is.
You're saying.
Yeah. And I have slept through the night, which is insane because, yeah, I usually wake up after getting mad at you. Then I'm like fully awake and I'm like, oh, okay.
Or vice versa. It could go either way.
And this doesn't have melatonin in it. It's supposed to be non-habit forming, which I hope
That's
it's not.
good.
But these ingredients like ashwagandha, L-theanine, and lavender for relaxation, valerian, chamomile, and lemon balm for falling asleep, and then magnesium, glycinate, and kava for enhanced sleep quality.
For those of us who aren't chemists, those are all really good things for
Those
your mind.
are really good things for your mind and body. You know, as we're getting older, we want to put good things in our bodies. And I have actually been waking up at my alarm. That's another crazy thing. How many times do I snooze?
All the time.
All the time. I have like
time.
5 alarms for the morning. Anyways, I'm excited to keep taking this. And it is included in the bundle. So still 45% off, and it's included in the bundle. So you get the mental performance during the day, and you get the sleep at night. Gosh.
Gotta love that mental performance.
Mental performance. We got to keep our minds healthy.
And it's really nice to get a full night's sleep.
It really
and
is.
be rested.
You can really tell a difference.
Yeah.
It's a great deal. I recommend these. So good.
That's Find Me in a Book. Jan. Jan is in January, but just Jan.
All right, everyone. You have been waiting this long. Let's talk about cowboy romance. Would you ever stay at one of those ranches?
Wait, the ranches with the cults?
No.
Like the cult ranches?
No.
Where everyone like wears the same clothes? And
No, like a dude ranch.
because my answer is yes.
Oh.
No.
Wow.
A dude ranch? Would I go to a dude
Yeah,
ranch?
like
City Slickers, that movie?
Yes. Yes. Exactly. Would you and your friends go and do that?
Yeah. Me and my butt. I could see myself doing that with Scott and Spencer.
That'd be fun.
That would be a fun time.
So that's kind of what I imagine. Yeah, like City Slickers, not that extreme though for these books. But I love reading these cowboy romances because they remind me of Idaho, where I grew up, and so and I do like horses.
Yeah, I don't know. When I think of Western, I don't think of Idaho.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because Idaho, like, it's a high desert. It's not like a desert like you see in Arizona and New Mexico.
Yeah, but when you get up in the mountains, that's very...
In the mountains?
That's how people in Idaho say it, mountains, okay? Like I said, the third era of what I went through. There's only 4 eras, I will say, in my December holiday of reading. So next week
And
will
how many
be the
books
next
did you
era.
read in December again?
30.
30. So that's 4 eras
Yeah,
in those 30
4
books.
eras. Some authors that I want to mention that I have read, but not all of them. I haven't read all of the authors' works before, but I want to give you a list if you are looking for some cowboy romance. There's Lyla Sage, my girl. I got all 3 of her books.
Oh, is this Lyla? Oh, yeah, I see.
Yep, Lyla. Loved it. Elsie Silver, OG, so good. I think I've read, no, just one series of hers, but there's like 7 books. There's Devney Perry. Hers are really good that I've read. Elliot Rose, which is the one that we're going to talk about today. She is a very spicy author. She has the 2 books out in the series that we are talking about. And then
are all of these Western
Yes,
romances?
all of these are Western cowboy romances. OG ones is Linda Lael Miller. I want to say that she's a pretty clean romance author. We have Diana Palmer, Carolyn Brown, Maisey Yates. Like, those are the OGs that paved the way for the younger authors. And one day I will read some of theirs. Not today, though. One day.
Are those all the authors?
Yes.
Okay.
Those are just
because I have a question. I think I know the answer, but for the sake of the audience and all the guys out there who may want to know, what defines a Western romance? Is it just a guy who dresses up as a cowboy, or is it like something else?
I would
Is there more to
say
it?
that it's like it's located in the country, like very rural, small towns.
All right.
They usually live on a ranch.
Okay.
Or there's like rodeo, anything involving around rodeo.
So basically, it's a requirement for the dude to like wear some type of like flannel or Wrangler jeans.
I mean,
kind
that's
of thing.
that's the stigma. That's
Stigma, the stereotype?
Stereotype, yeah.
Yeah, the stereotype.
Yeah, so, but I mean, they're regular people. They just live on a ranch.
The regular.
Horses are usually involved.
I
Cows are mostly involved. Like, just ranch life. That's how you know it's a cowboy western.
It's ranch life. So it's not typically farm life. It's more ranch life.
Yeah, I would say it's more ranch life. I know that there are farming.
There's farmersonly.com, so you can't knock them.
True.
But these
don't
books are
know.
more primarily ranch lifestyle.
Yes. I guess I would consider a farmer as country, like cowboy western.
Well,
I don't know.
a farmer isn't a cowboy, though, because cowboys were used to
That's
drive
true.
cattle.
Yeah, would they? I don't know. You tell us. I don't know very much about farm life or cowboy life or ranch life. I don't know. You tell me. Like, would a farmer be considered in that genre?
Well, I mean, when you say Western romance, are all of these like contemporary? Like,
Yes.
This happened in the last like 5-ish years or
Yeah,
so.
yeah, 5-10 years. Some are in the 1800s though.
Okay, because see,
with, like,
that for me
pioneers
is Western.
and
1800s, like
Okay.
Wild West,
so
that
maybe
kind of thing.
maybe Western is a subgenre of
Well,
cowboy.
it's just a period piece. It's just a period piece
Yeah.
Western. But that's what comes to mind. But I mean, typically the Western romances, they're more involved with cattle.
Yeah,
Like it's
livestock.
ranch lifestyle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because those are very different from the farmers.
And of course, you could have so many subgenres. Like, you could have paranormal. I mean, Cowboys versus Aliens. Is that the book? Cowboys and Aliens?
Cowboys versus Aliens is the movie that it was called.
Yeah, with
Underrated
Daniel
movie.
Craig.
Yeah.
I love that movie. I thought it was so good.
Yeah, underrated movie for sure.
Yeah.
But it's right in the title. You get exactly what they say. It's cowboys and aliens. It's a lot like Snakes on a Plane. It's a movie about snakes on a plane.
You know, one thing that I have noticed in the 3 episodes that we've done now is we always bring movies into it. We always relate the books to the movies.
Well, movies are my love language.
They are your love language. Okay, well, I do have a little activity for you.
Oh, boy, I love activities.
Here is a list of the top 5 most popular tropes having to do with cowboy romances.
Top 5. So I have to pick the most popular trope? That's what
You
I'm
have to
looking for?
rank them
I have
from
to
1
rank
to
them.
5. 1 is the most popular, and then...
Okay.
I mean, they're all popular, but...
Okay, I'm going to set the mic down. And I'll just
where it's like a grumpy man and a very happy-go-lucky woman.
Oh,
like
okay.
opposites attract.
Enemies to lovers. I'm sure that one's closer to the top. Okay, second chance romance. Well, from what you've told me, that's not a very popular one.
It's
or that's
just
not one
not
that you
my
read.
favorite.
Yeah. Okay. Forced proximity.
Yeah. So if they get like snowed in,
okay,
they're forced to stay in the same.
Oh. Okay. I get that. A little bit like Hateful Eight. There's again relating it to the movies because that's how I work. All right, they got snowed in. Okay, Fish Out of Water.
It's like City Girl going.
Yeah, Hallmark level.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna put Grumpy Sunshine on the bottom. I think that one.
Okay, number 5.
I think that one's number 5. I think Forced Proximity at number 4. Although I do like that type of story more.
Wait, why?
I don't know. For me, like in a comedic sense, it's cool to be trapped in a place and then try to figure things out from there.
Like a puzzle?
Yeah, it's like escape rooms. It's like escape rooms.
Me too much anxiety to be in those rooms. Enemies to lovers, Fish Out of Water, Second Chance Romance, Forced Proximity, and Grumpy Sunshine. All right, let's see how you did.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see how close I got.
Do you want me to go from 5 to 1? Or
yeah, let's go from 5 to 1.
Okay, number 5.
Number 5.
Second Chance Romance.
Ooh. My instinct, I should have. You know what? As much as you read, you are pretty mainstream. If there's something you don't like, it's pretty mainstream that a lot of people don't like it. You don't have a lot of unique niches that you're into.
You don't know. You don't know. I probably did. I don't tell
I may have
everything.
overstepped myself, but you're a pretty safe bet, though.
Okay.
If there's something, I got to remember that. Okay, so Second Chance Romance.
And
that
then
one's number 5.
Forced Proximity. So you got one.
I got that one. Okay.
And then Fish Out of Water.
Ooh, that one was number 3.
And then Enemies to Lovers.
That one's number 2.
And then Grumpy Sunshine.
Is number 1 for the Western genre?
It could be combined. So it could be like Fish Out of Water, Grumpy Sunshine. So she's this city girl, love is so excited. And it's just something about having a grumpy main male character that just adds to the sexual tension that I think people are like, oh my gosh, opposites attract. He's just so like grumpy and
but she can fix him.
Yeah, she can fix him. She just wants to be part of his world, and she teaches him how to love.
Oh, that's like Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, all right. So I think the reason I put it at number 5 is because when I think Grumpy Sunshine, I think of Grumpy, like the dwarf, and I think of like an old crotchety man, like Clint Eastwood or something. Are they that old though?
Sometimes they could, but most of the time they're like
May-December romances. That's what I picture that as. It's a May-December story where it's a much older character with a much younger character.
That's the phrase, May-December?
Yeah, May-December love.
I've never heard that. That means age gap?
Yeah, it's an age gap.
Oh, well, the book that we're talking about today is an age gap. Well, good. I mean, you got one right.
I got one right. I got
the Forced Proximity, which is your favorite.
Which is my favorite. I knew that one.
Yeah.
I knew how people felt about that genre.
Yeah. A couple of the books that I read during my era was Cash, which is The Lucky River Ranch by Jessica Peterson, and then Wyatt, which is the second one to it. And then the one that we're going to talk about today is Chasing the Wild by Elliot Rose. So let me paint you a story.
I'm ready for Lyla.
Okay, so she is down on her luck. She needs more hours to graduate from veterinarian school. So she is basically living out of her car. Like she's down. She like has very limited funds, and she goes to this gas station.
She's a broke vet student.
Yeah, I mean she's in school.
Okay.
So she goes to the gas station, tries to pay for gas, fills it up, and then her card gets declined. And the guy's super rude. And then this guy shows up and he's like, hey, I'll pay for it. And he's like super attractive. And there's like that little tension. And then they like part ways or whatever.
There's tension from him paying.
Yeah.
Is he like teasing the idea? It's like, here, I'll pay for it.
No,
or will I?
That's what I wanted to ask you. Like, how would you explain to someone what sexual tension is?
Am I explaining what sexual tension is?
Yeah.
Or am I explaining how someone might perceive something as sexual tension?
No, what is it?
What is sexual tension?
Yeah,
sexual
like, how would
tension
you
is just the
explain it?
idea that, like, ooh, do they like each other or do they not? Maybe they're going to get it on. But whether or not there's sexual tension is just like body language or thought process.
What type of body language do you think?
Holding eye contact longer than maybe you should.
Or looking back and forth.
Yeah,
or...
beyond social norms.
Okay.
So, like, if it was a stranger at a gas station, it's like if I was paying for something, I'd be like, oh, here, I got it. And then, I would just do it. But I would only look at her as long as I'm talking. But if I'm like, oh, here, I got it.
Like maybe
and then I just keep making eye contact and I swipe the card. See, now I'm flirting.
That's attractive.
But now I'm flirting. I might smile. I might keep talking as I'm doing it.
Like have a conversation with them.
So where you go? Yeah.
If they have like open body like communication as well.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Yeah. I'm guessing that's what it was. Is that they had a lot of eye contact and he was just... It's that like it's that posture again. I did it last time. It's just like this is just like big, tall, broody, broad, like like.
Okay.
That's what I mean when I always do that. Like big and brawn.
Yeah. For those of you just listening, if you want to know what the pose is, just flare your elbows out. That's what broad is.
Okay, so Lyla. She is waiting to be accepted at a job to be able to get hours and everything. So she gets the call.
And these hours, like, it's a, like, job.
Yes.
She's just trying to get job hours.
Yeah, experience hours so that she can graduate.
Oh, so she's, like, doing her...
rotations or residency or whatever that is. Yeah.
Okay.
And so she finds out that her... kind of ex-boyfriend, which this was so stupid to me. This guy kind of like lived with her for a couple months and they were together and he was just kind of like a really flighty person, but he took out a loan in her name because she decided to do like a joint bank account with him. And I'm like... And
they're not married?
No, they've only been together a couple months.
Oh.
That's why I was like, are you dumb? Like, don't do that.
That's dumb.
Yeah, and so he took a loan out in her name.
This girl wants to be a doctor? She dumb.
So she's pissed.
No wonder she's like not doing good right now. Well, she dumb.
So she knows that this guy lives up on this like ranch, this ridge. She drives up and I don't know if it is this time around, she like knocks on the door and it's the guy at the gas station. And she finds out that this guy is the ex-boyfriend's dad. And so I don't know if it happens right there or she leaves and then comes back. But she gets stuck because it's snowing so hard, like coming back up to the house and he comes to like rescue her or whatever. And so it's just those two snowed in. And she's like, I have to get to this job. Like I need these hours. And he's like, hey, I'll hire you. So she gets hired on his ranch and she knows.
But he doesn't need a vet. He just needs like a ranch. He does.
No, well, both. He needs a vet, which a vet can never hurt when you're on a ranch with like cattle and all that.
No, that's true. Because those, I mean, good ranchers, they get their cattle checked a lot.
Yeah. So he's like, hey, I'll pay you. You can stay here. You can do all this. And so it's just them. She's in her 20s. He, I think, is in his 40s, maybe early 50s. Like,
just picture the propositioning of that. Hey, look, I know you're down on your luck and you were dumb enough to have a joint account with your boyfriend, but...
Which is his son.
Wait, it's his son?
Yes, that's what I told you.
I missed that detail.
It's his son, is the ex-boyfriend, because he was staying with his dad while he, like, got his crap together because he was a rodeo star.
So this girl ultimately hooks up with her boyfriend's dad?
Yeah.
What?
I will say, everyone... This is a 5 out of 5 spice. Well, to me, it's 5 out of 5. It was pure smut. Pure. Like, they would be...
Wait, how often in the book was it smut?
Oh, at least like 3 or 4 times a day they were doing it. At least once a chapter.
At least once a chapter.
Well, there would be like maybe every other chapter, but it happened so much. Like, oh, you looked at me. Like, speared.
With his wiener?
Yes.
Okay.
Like she flips her hair. Turns him on. He's coming after her. Like,
hey, lift that hay bale.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Yeah. That's exactly it. But he like holds off for a while because he's like, no, this is crazy.
Can you check my cow's hoof? Oh, yeah, just like that.
So, yes, they do get it on. And
quite often.
And they say like, oh, it's only going to be the 6 or 8 weeks that she needs for these hours. Like, oh, we only have that. And plus his son's going to come up. And so they're like, oh, okay, we won't have this, or 2 weeks or whatever, that they would be like snowed in. And so they make the most of it. And then, of course, they can't handle being away from each other. And it's just very spicy. And then the second book of that is his neighbor.
Wait, okay, so how many books of this are there?
There's 2.
There's 2.
Yeah.
And it's a duo. Or this is the sequel?
Yeah, well, they know each other. It's like 2 different stories, but like they're neighbors, and so they're still on this ridge.
Okay.
I didn't read that one.
You know, something about the romance stories that gets me is that I don't feel like they ever have real conflict. Aside from like maybe enemies to lovers, I could understand that conflict.
Yeah.
But what's the ultimate conflict in this story? It's the ultimate conflict that it's the taboo that it's her boyfriend's dad.
No, I mean, in this one, there is kind of a story that like there was this tragic thing that happened, and like people are like sabotaging his ranch. It's not a very strong plot. It is mostly revolved around like the romance and the relationship. But I think these other authors like Linda Miller, Diana Pamler, it sounds like these ones are more action based. They're more plot based, and then the romance is just kind of like it's there, and it's there, but it's not like there like this one. Like it's not the main center thing. And so, yeah, like Layla Sage, hers are about the relationship. There's not really like a backstory with it. Like there's no mystery. There's no like murder, anything of that.
All right.
So it depends on the author if they like that.
Yeah. So this one, there's some people coming to take over this guy, or they're sabotaging his ranch, but it's kind of like a nuisance to him. It's not he has to like really focus on do that, or her life doesn't come in danger.
It does come into danger.
Okay.
Like a little bit.
Okay, so there's a little like bit of
thrill.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's better.
Yeah.
That's better. What's this book called again?
It's called Chasing the Wild by Elliot Rose.
Chasing the Wild.
Yeah.
Elliot Rose.
So one of the things that I do like about cowboy romances that I have found is that usually they're bigger families. Like, and they all work together on the ranch, and then you have the different sibling stories in like the next book. And I really like that because by the end of like, if there's like 3 or 4 books, like with this one, there's going to be a 4th book, but you just start to love the family, and you are excited to, when you're in the 3rd book, to read about things that happen with the people in the 1st book. Like, I feel like that is very common, is to have a series with like all the different siblings in their life, and they're like finding relationships and just being with this family and the different like dynamics. I just love it. By the end, I'm like kind of sad that they're done. Okay, so now we go to the portion of Would You Rather. Think of yourself as a girl, and
if I must,
and liking romance books.
Hold on, I'm picturing myself as a girl. Give me a second. All right, got hair.
We should give you a wig.
No, don't need a wig. Okay, we're in it now. Here we go. So I'm a girl.
Would you rather?
Would I rather
fall for the rugged rancher next door who challenges you at every turn, or the charming rodeo star who sweeps you off your feet?
Nah, screw the rugged guy. Screw the rugged guy. I'd go with the charmer. I'd go with the guy that treats me.
The rodeo, so you're on the road all the time?
Yeah, that's way more exciting.
I would go with the rugged rancher. I want to settle down more. Would you rather save the ranch with a marriage of convenience to a stoic cowboy, or team up with a mysterious loner cowboy to solve a small town mystery?
Team up with the loner cowboy.
What if he's a creep?
I mean, easy come, easy go. Easy come, easy go. Like, after the mystery solved, why do I have to stay with him?
Yeah, get out.
I could take off. The mystery sounds exciting.
So no commitment.
Why get married and live on a ranch? I just don't want to live on a ranch.
Like inheritance, like you'll lose the ranch if you don't marry within like 6 months.
Oh, I don't care about that.
Imagine yourself, you have this ranch that you've been running, you have this big inheritance, you have all this going for you, but you have to get married in 6 months. Aren't you going to do it?
Maybe.
Just go to Utah. We'll find someone within 6 months.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. The context for this is weird because I can't wrap my head around a rancher.
Have you ever been on a ranch?
Yeah.
When?
My grandpa had one out in Will. All right. Now, my grandpa only had cattle like once. For the most of the time, he was a farmer.
Oh, okay.
But
so that type of ranch, you were on a farm.
He did cattle once, but like it was gross. Also, I've been to dairy farms. They're gross. Yeah, okay. I was young, but it doesn't. I like saw the lifestyle. I also lived that lifestyle for like a summer, and it was awful.
I believe you.
I get it. All right.
I think we're city folk.
I'm totally a city folk. I don't want to go live in a dust bowl.
Speaking of real ranches, I looked up ranches, like actual ranches that people can go to for Montana, Wyoming, and Idaho. So these are like really not popular, but they're very like highly rated. They look really good. If we were to go to one, like these are the ones that I'd want to go to. So in Montana, look up Bitterroot River Ranch, Copper Rose Ranch. Those two look absolutely insane, like beautiful, like on the river, like, oh my gosh, this is what you dream of. So if you need to see pictures to be able to envision any of these books, look up those ranches because they're absolutely beautiful. In Wyoming, Brush Creek Ranch, and then Moose Creek Ranch. And then Idaho is Talus Rock Retreat and Shore Lodge. As I was looking through the pictures, I was like, I want to go. Just for a couple of days. I just want to go for a couple of days.
You would not last a couple of days.
Yeah, I wouldn't have to be in a tent.
You
I could be in a cabin. That's the only way.
You could last 6 hours with limited ranch activities, and then you would be like, I'm good.
Well, it just depends on what they want us to do. I'm not going to be an actual ranch person, ranch hand. No, I'm there to vacation. I'm there to take in the scenery.
Which isn't ranching.
Well, I don't want to be a rancher.
That's just a tourist.
I want to relax. I want to be a tourist.
Yeah, that's fine.
On a ranch.
Yeah. You don't want to go do the ranch stuff. You just want to look at the ranch. I
respect them for their choices and their decisions. And if they enjoy that, amazing. Very happy for them. Not for me. I can't do that. Anyways, thank you again for being on another episode.
You're welcome.
I hope you enjoyed talking about cowboys.
And
age gap, ex-boyfriend's friend's dad.
Yeah,
it's a wild book. It is very wild. Check us out on Instagram and YouTube if you want to watch the whole video. Spotify, follow us. I don't know what's happening with TikTok at this point, but if it sticks around, follow us there. And we're around.
Or don't. Just go with Instagram and YouTube. Yeah. Really, YouTube's going to be more fun.
Yeah, go to YouTube. Subscribe if you want to be notified every week when we post. Mm-hmm. And yeah, just keep being involved, keep asking comments. I've gotten quite a few comments on the videos, and I love,
if there's something that you want to see Tav do more with the books or less of with the books, let her know.
Open.
Put it in a comment.
Yeah, we're pretty fluid here. Like we will do whatever you guys. We're people pleasers.
Yeah, we will done and dust this.
We will done and dust this.
What's the other one? Swift and saddled.
Swift and saddled.
That's
and
a
lost
better one.
And lassoed.
I'm a saddle you. And then what's lost and lassoed? I mean, I'm sure I can make something out of that, but
remember, Magic Mind.
Magic Mind.
Literally, so good. Sleep. So good.
You'll stop waking up in the middle of the night and scaring your significant other.
Find me in a book, Jan. You get 45% off the bundle, which is sleep and the mental performance. So take a look at that because it's actually really good stuff.
Bundle your brain with Magic Mind.
I need to get you started on this. I think you would like it. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. Very grateful. Hopefully enjoyed Cowboys and All the show notes with all the books mentioned, authors mentioned, will be down below. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.